Tales. So today we are sawing this massive white pine log. It's 38 inches on this crotch end and 36 inches at the base here. It's a giant log. Only issue is we got a lot of taper from the cut, but normally I wouldn't leave that on the log, but it was the only way to fell the tree when I cut this one down, and then it had a crotch right away, so I didn't want to waste it. So we're going to be able to saw some 1x12s out of this. We could saw even bigger boards, but I only need 1x12s. So what we'll do is we'll cut off these sides and then slice down the cant for our 1x12s. So I'm going to get to it, and hope you guys enjoy watching. I'm going to see what I can do in the next 45 minutes. Hopefully I can get this thing sawed up. But it's a big log, so who knows. what you want to do with these ones with the crotch in them, you want to line up this so when you slice down it, just only in a couple boards. Like I was slightly off a little bit. It's just how the log was sitting best, I thought. But that way you only get 4 boards that have that crotch seam, because that crotch seam is always full of stitch. So that's always junk lumber usually. So it's best to try to line that up with a couple boards so it's only in a few, not the whole thing. So if you slice it down this way, you have a crack in every single board, but if you slice from the top down, you'll have probably 4 or 5 boards right here that are going to have that in it. Those are pretty much only 6-foot boards. They always get dried and put in the discount pile anyways, but this thing right now is 22.5 inches. So those couple 1x I pulled off, those are 1x 22.5s. Those are pretty big. I've sawn a little bit bigger than that before, but not much bigger than 22.5 wide boards. Just to give you reference on the size of this cant, it's quite large. So right there is 22.5, just under, a little bit under 22.5. So I'm shooting for 1x12s, so I always saw about 12 1/4, 12 3/8. They shrink down, and then they're always under 12 inches anyways. The issue with these big logs is right here. You can see the crack showing up in the log already. That's because this is a limb, technically, because it's a double top. Here's one center, here's another. The growth rings are trying to follow that limb because it had a bulge out at the top up here. So the grain follows that, and then you have the grain change, and that's where it typically splits. A lot of these, almost all these boards in this log are number 3s. I mean, they're not great. You got big knots with loose centers, dark spots, rotten spots. Right here's another crack already. In the side of this is where the center of the log is. You end up having a lot of defects in a log that size that wasn't clean. The other issue is the notch. So this notch is too deep, too long. This is an 8'6" log. That notch goes almost into, it's about 7 foot, probably 7'10" right there. I probably could throw the tape on it quick and see what it is. Might as well see what we're at. But, well, actually, it's just under 8. So that bottom board won't be an 8-footer, but the rest will be, which actually is a surprise to me. But that was a pretty big notch. That just means we cut it just barely big enough to make the lumber we need. So I'm gonna stack up those 1x22s quick, and then I'm gonna saw the rest of this up. I'm just gonna slice down it, so I'm just gonna put you over here, watch me stack it up quick, and then I'll start slicing the rest of it. I use 3/4 inch stickers. Most of them I made back in the day, so I'll just keep using them. I have some manufactured stickers, but I don't typically use those unless it's hardwood or number 1 fine lumber. I like to use my stickers for strong lumber. Probably 55 pounds, and it's only going to be 2 per layer, so it's pretty big. I make my pile 50 inches wide, so that I can fit 4 1x12 and waiting space in the kiln. So some of my stickers I made a long time ago, so they're a little short, but hey, I just double them up and use them. And some of them I bought and they were hard. 5 ones, they're hard to hold. Get people close to your body. If you're shooting the wall, you only need 2 of them to do the inside of your hunting cabin. So, wouldn't need very many. This block's probably 420, 430 board feet in it. Pretty big block. I don't know if you guys calculated. It was a 36-inch log, or 35-inch log, 8 feet long. I don't know what that comes out to. It's a oil or strip here. I don't know what you use, but it's pretty close to 430 board feet in that log. So I'm going to start slicing down this can quick. So just like that, I'm gonna probably finish up sawing this a little bit later. I gotta go do chores before the cattle start yelling at me. So, but so like this log looks now, it just looks like there's one log because it's a center, but that was just a limb. So the further you go down it a little bit, so like the center of the log pops out. Right here is the center of the log, so it's pretty much junk lumber there. Not too much it can be used for, except for just cheap lumber to do oddball projects with. Nothing too extravagant. So we already got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 1x12s. There's another 11 there. And then we have all this to edge yet. I'll probably do that right away in the morning tomorrow. Day's getting ending quickly, so I gotta get my chores done before it gets too late. Here's those 1x22s that I sawed. They're not small. I don't sell a lot of those big boards anyways. And when I saw big boards like this, I usually want them to be knot free. I don't want any big knots in them, but if I cut this in half, it would actually make it less structurally sound, because the knots would be closer to the edge or in the middle, and all that. Like this knot, if I cut straight through it, that would fall out. That would be junk. These knots here would make this side weaker if I split that in half, so I just leave them 1x22s. It works out for a few people. Some guys just throw them on their workbench or above their workbench and sheet their wall with it like plywood. Just a cheap way to cover up your walls without spending all that money on plywood. This is some big white pine. I actually cut this one down in one of my videos further back, probably 3 months ago now. It's was one of the biggest trees that I've cut down of recent, but 36 at the base and 35 to 36 depending on which way you measured it, and then it was 38 to 40 almost at that crotch. Big tree, but on my other mill I had an LT35. I wouldn't have been able to fit that thing in there. This thing has a 34-inch cutthroat. It fits pretty easy. Got another 35 horsepower up there, which also makes it easier, because the old mill had a 22-inch cutthroat, so this one's almost 12 inches wider. The head goes up, I think, 10 inches higher. I can't quite remember now, but it goes about 10 inches higher than the other one, so you can fit a lot bigger logs. And then since it's got the open face design here, you can fit almost a 40, probably 45-inch log. I don't know, I'll find out. I got some big ones. I'll show you guys what I got going on in the lumber yard. So I got lots of logs stacked up out here. I got a big pile of white pine 8-footers. Those my brother actually gave me. They're all kind of number 3 logs. Here we got some hard maple and some white oak, and then we got a big pile of red pine, some hard maple and silver maple, walnut limbs. I don't know what I'm going to do with them for sure. Normally I slab them for 2-inch, but they're kind of small. Most people don't want that for furniture anymore. And then here's that big red pine pile. It's I think it's 4,800 board feet roughly of red pine. That's winter cut, so it's almost been sitting around here for 10 months. I wanted it to blue stain, but hopefully the worms didn't get them in too bad. Here we got a 48-inch white oak with no limbs. That's off the farm here. It's a crazy big log. Got some close to 50-inch white pine logs here, and then these are our customers' logs. He just dropped off. I gotta mill these up. And then one big black walnut right here. This one's mine. I gotta probably split this in half and saw it. Cut it to 8 foot and saw it to grade. And then I got some 16-foot white pine over there. Some 12-foot white pine, 8 foot. This stuff's for 2x6s, 2x4s. And then right here is a bunch of number 3 pine, that's 12 foot. I've just gotten behind. I didn't have a mill for a month, so I probably could have had at least half this stuff sawed up if I would have had that mill. But when you don't have a mill, you can't do it. So this is all walnut here. I gotta get that sawed up so I can sell it. But well, I guess this one here is actually a honey locust. Kind of an oddball looking thing. It's pretty much just limb wood, probably live edge tables, but nonetheless a nice little piece of wood. So I used to have my mill out here, out on the ground when I had my LT35, but the LT70 goes inside now. So all my slab wood from when I had that, I just threw out here. Well, now I started bundling it so I can just load it up and send it out, but I've been getting rid of it the last week or so. And then here's some big red oaks. I think these are 28, 29 inches. These are from off the farm as well. I typically don't cut any trees down like that on the farm, but these ones blew over because it died, of course. You can tell with the outside. And then that big white oak up there, those two there are big white oaks. Those also blew down in the woods. So if you guys are still watching the video, I appreciate it. I'm going to be probably live streaming again tomorrow morning. Probably I'll be switching up what I'm sawing. I won't be doing the same thing. So hope to see you guys on the next one. And then please like, share, and subscribe. I like doing these videos for you. I want to do a couple how I saw for grade videos here soon. So show you what other woods I saw besides pine. Pine, the only reason I'm sawing a lot of pine right now is because I don't want the insects to eat them, and I got to get them all sawed up before insects get them too bad. I've had those couple logs, a couple semi-loads of logs there for I think 3 months, so those won't have any insects in them. But the stuff and the winter cut pretty much lasts till August, and then after that anything that was cut during the summer that was young, had sapwood, that stuff all actually gets pretty much beetles in it right away, only like 3 weeks after you cut it down. So anything cut in the middle of summer, you get really bad beetle damage real quick if it's young. They have an easy time eating through and laying eggs under the bark of trees that have soft young wood. The older trees have that thick bark, and it's hard for the insects to get in and lay those eggs. And they have to have that wet bark underneath because the larvae has to survive. So if it gets really, really hot out and the logs are out, in singles by themselves, the bugs typically don't get them in the logs so bad, but they still do. So once again, I appreciate you guys all for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. If there's anything you guys want to see, just let me know. I can do videos on it. I have a kiln, and I do tongue and groove as well. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.